Shane Dawson, YouTube's most controversial star. With over 25 million subscribers and more than 8 billion total video views, Shane has been one of the biggest names in the YouTube game for over a decade. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're about to find out, is Shane done with YouTube? We've heard rumors of his impending departure, but is there any truth to it? Jump into this exclusive video to get all the juicy details and find out what could be looming on the horizon for everyone's favorite YouTuber. After being called out for their questionable conduct, previously cancelled YouTubers Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are now attempting to fight their way back to significance on the platform. Star is an androgynous beauty YouTuber who was able to start his own cosmetics company after finding success as an online guru, and Dawson is recognized as one of the first YouTubers who legitimately made a living from content on the platform. Star is an androgynous beauty YouTuber who was able to start his own cosmetics company after finding success as an online guru. Dawson has been acquainted with Star for quite some time, and when he first started filming videos in a documentary manner for his channel about problematic YouTubers, he collaborated with Star on 2 separate occasions. Their downfall on the internet occurred around the same time in the year 2020, when people began calling Dawson out for racist and improper movies he had produced, which ultimately led to him issuing an official apology in the form of a 20-minute-long video in June of that same year. After inserting himself into the infamous dramageddon between YouTubers James Charles and Tati Westbrook, Star's public persona was already seen as villainous, but it was insiders' revealing investigation alleging physical and sexual abuse, which he denied through his attorney, that got him cancelled from his show. Following the separate controversies, both of them disconnected from the internet for a period of time, though Star continued posting after a month-long break. Now, in an effort to win back the favor of the general public, the duo has released a new music video in which they both appear together. Dawson published the first video of a new series, dubbed The Cancelled World of Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. This video is the first of 3 that will be included in the series. The 53-minute video, which quickly became the most popular trending upload on YouTube, featured the 2 women explaining that they made an unreleased follow-up eyeshadow palette to their popular conspiracy eyeshadow collaboration. This revelation was a letdown for anyone who had anticipated that the video would address the controversial backstory suggested by the palette's title. Both Dawson and Star began their careers as internet stars in the early 2000s, with Star launching his career on MySpace and Dawson being one of the first influential users on YouTube respectively. Dawson gained notoriety for creating sketch comedy films that incorporated characters based on racial stereotypes. These characters included a Mexican figure called Guadalupe and a black lady named Shanae, for whom Dawson would wear blackface. People subsequently brought attention to audio of Dawson making problematic statements about sexualizing youngsters and pedophilia on a podcast that he ran for 4 years until 2017. The show was named Shane and Friends. Dawson hosted the podcast from 2013 until 2017. Later, he would discuss this conduct in the video apology he released in 2020, and he would claim that his acts were irredeemable. In 2018, he moved away from sketch comedy and toward more documentary-style films, starting with an examination of numerous conspiracy theories that can be found on the internet. One video focuses on the claim that Chuck E. Cheese reuses leftover pizza and gives it to other customers, despite the fact that they don't say so on their menu. Dawson was told by Chuck E. Cheese that this report is false, and a former employee told Insider that this is not true. After that, Dawson was successful with investigative long-form videos that exposed problematic influences in the industry. Tens of millions of people watched his video series with Tana Mongeau, who wanted to organize her own conference called TanaCon after she alleged that she was abused by VidCon, and at one point, supposedly had the backing of 80 other YouTubers. 3 months later, Dawson published The Secret World of Jeffree Star, which is currently his most successful video to date, and has collected more than 51 million views. The first season took a comprehensive look at Star's transition from her previous lives as a singer and celebrity on MySpace to her current life as a cosmetics tutorial creator on YouTube. After that, Dawson went on to film a video series on Jake Paul and Eugenia Cooney before returning to star after the aftermath of what is known as Dramageddon 2.0 in the beauty world on YouTube. Shane x Jeffree Conspiracy Collection by Jeffree Cosmetics was the first and only beauty palette that Dawson and Star collaborated on together in 2019. The collection was released in 2019 amid all of the commotion. According to Insider, the collection was gone in a matter of minutes and brought in millions of dollars for the company. As a musician, Star got his start on MySpace, and he went on to play at the Warped Tour put on by Vans in 2008 and 2009. In 2006, he made the switch to using YouTube as a platform for his content, where he would publish cosmetics lessons, makeup reviews, and his thoughts on various makeup products. Once upon a time, Star was friends with a group of cosmetics YouTubers that included Manny Mual, Gabriel Zamora, Laura Lee, and Nikita Dragun. However, Star and the group had a public falling out that became known as Dramageddon. Tati Westbrook, a well-known beauty expert, started a new controversy in 2019 that became known as Dramageddon 2.0 when she posted a video on YouTube accusing James Charles, another well-known cosmetics influencer, of engaging in dubious conduct against straight males. Star's entry into the fray came about because he, too, leveled accusations against Charles, despite the fact that he never offered any supporting evidence. Insider revealed the results of an investigation into allegations made against Star in October 2020. The allegations included sexual assault, physical aggression, and the payment of hush money to the accusers. The article goes into great detail about the alleged lengthy history of problematic behavior exhibited by Star, including allegations that he drugged men, accounts of him acting violently toward men who rejected his romantic advances, videos of Star making racist comments, and a variety of other allegations. Insider was told by the counsel for Star that Star had disputed the allegations of physical and sexual abuse, calling them false and defamatory. Dawson, on the other hand, hinted at the existence of a second series that he had created in collaboration with Star and suggested that it would discuss the Dramageddon narrative. The footage was ultimately cut from the finished product. Dawson ultimately made the decision to distance himself from the whole beauty world. However, as followers started investigating his problematic conduct online, he was forced to release an apologetic video the following year in June 2020. Dawson took a break from YouTube, lasting 15 months before uploading his first video after taking one, while Star has maintained his presence on the platform. Star was the topic of several articles in the tabloids, including an alleged romance with Kanye West, a public connection with Andrew Marhold, who was considered to be straight, and being involved in a vehicle accident. The most recent video that Dawson has uploaded is unequivocally an effort at a comeback. Especially with the films that they have only recently published, the two of them are not newcomers to the practice of utilizing sensationalized names to attract viewers while delivering a product that is less than impressive. Throughout the whole of the new video, Dawson spends the most of his time talking about himself. The narrative time jumps between the current day and the period when he and Star were developing a second eyeshadow palette that has not yet been launched. It comes to a close with Dawson asking Star whether he may unveil the eyeshadow palette on camera, to which Star responds that it would be better if they were together, at which point Dawson and his crew begin making preparations to travel to Star's Yak Ranch in Wyoming. It is quite improbable that the planned return would bring them the same level of popularity as in the past. Both have made assurances that they would provide what the supporters want and discuss the explosive information about which they have been mum, but they have never really carried on these commitments. The most recent video does not show too much that is new, and considering that fans have a limited capacity for disappointment, it is possible that they will stop paying attention at a certain point. Even though their return video may have been the most popular video on YouTube, as it has now fallen all the way down to the 4th position. Now, Shane and his fiancée, Ryland Adams, who was 30 years old at the time, announced in a video posted on YouTube on March 27, 2022, that they had formally chosen an egg donor and begun their road toward becoming parents. The 34-year-old actor said that he is relieved that he was fired from the show and that his mental health is in a much better place in an interview that took place this year with Perez Hilton. He said, "When my video had the most views, I was at my lowest point emotionally And my worst point in terms of anxiety. I was at a point before I was cancelled where I didn't want to be around anymore, and I honestly believe that the universe and God, or whoever, actually intended it this way. I had reached my breaking point. To conclude our video, we must ask ourselves the million-dollar question: is Shane Dawson done with YouTube? The answer is, who knows? We may be witnessing a permanent goodbye right now, or the beloved YouTuber might surprise us down the line. There's one thing we can guarantee though. No matter what happens in the world of Shane Dawson, we'll all be eagerly waiting to see what he does next.